Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimming Bird. Ignore that Enderman. Welcome back for another snapshot. This is 13W4A for Thursday, January 24th. Lots of new stuff in this one, including a lot of changes to older features, but some new things as well. So let's get into it. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here on the side is kill count. This is actually part of the new Scoreboard feature, which is not finished yet, so I'm going to kind of go through it as quick as I can, because they're going to add stuff to it anyways. It's basically a command. It's kind of complicated. If you see the scoreboard, there's like a bunch of scoreboard options where you can set stuff like how many kills you get, how many deaths you have, stuff like that. And I have it displayed on the side. I also have it in the list here, so you can see, like if you push tab, you can see how many kills the player has. I can change it to another one. I have this one set. I just named it every time I die. I named it a goof, basically. So if I go to survival and die, you'll see my goof count will go up by 1. There we go. And yeah, so you can do a lot of stuff like that. Dinnerbone wants to add more features, though. He's going to add it the ability to have a team mechanics in the game where you can have different team colors, which is pretty awesome with custom names, and also friendly fire options. So it's going to make a lot of like PvP games a lot easier. But yeah, it's so far it's fairly basic. It's a little complicated, but hopefully he'll simplify it in the future, and I can go more into that. But I wanted to just give you guys a look at that, so it's kind of cool, and you weren't wondering what the heck that was on the side. But I can also show the kill count here I have. It doesn't just apply to players. If I kill a animal or a monster, it will add another kill count to my kill count thing. So that's pretty cool. You can actually use command blocks to set limits like in adventure maps, so someone couldn't get into a certain room unless they've killed a certain amount of monsters or something like that. So that's kind of cool. Now, another change that was made a little bit ago was that you could name mobs and they would have that name, but you would have to use NBT tags to get the name to float over them. But no longer, if you use an anvil to name a mob, you can have the name float over it when you're within about 6 blocks of it and you're looking directly at it. So this is Pip Pup, my wolf. Over here is, of course, Mr. Tum Tum's my cat. Over here is Percival, the mighty pig mount. But you can do this with any mob, basically. And once it's named, it will show up there, and I can grab some of this stuff out of this chest here, and I can show you. I've got a few more, and I'm also going to show you something with the rails that I have set up over there. So just grab all this stuff. There's some hints at what we're going to use in the next little bit. So here, this is another feature I can show, is that rails, in the past it was kind of pesky because mobs would walk on the rails and mess up your minecart. You would get knocked back. But now, if I can spawn a few of these guys, these are all Murphys in honor of Evil Macaroon. She loves her little Murphy chickens. But you can see mobs actually will not walk on tracks unless they are pushed onto them. So they can push each other pretty easily. This is not a good way to contain mobs, but it will keep them off of the tracks for the most part. This is Sid, the creeper, and his other buddy with the identical name, but they won't walk on the tracks either, so it also applies for monsters. The only problem is, if I were to go out of creative here, I could even do that if you want. And you can see they will come after me immediately, and he's having a hard time walking over the tracks, but I think they will. Oh wow, they're actually being contained in there. Okay, so, oh, he got pushed out. That was close. I tested this originally with spiders and zombies, and they actually jumped over the track, but maybe it works differently with creepers. So yeah, it seems like they can still get over there. Obviously, they pushed each other out, so you don't want to use this as a protection method. And also, I believe Dinnerbone will probably change this in the future, I'm going to guess, to make it so that you couldn't just rig it like this is some type of barrier in like using magic to keep the mobs away. But anyways, that's kind of a new thing. That's pretty cool, so it won't mess up your minecarts. Another thing I wanted to show, in creative mode, you can be up to 5 blocks away from something and still hit it now. So you can just kind of hover above stuff and hit it from above there pretty easily. So that's pretty cool. Make it a little easier to do stuff. Now over here I wanted to show, people had kind of an uproar because this smooth stone block here was taken out and it got replaced by quartz when the quartz slabs were added, but now it's back in. It is now 43.8 if you wanted to use the give command, but as a result of that, Dinnerbone and Jeb added 43.9, which is this cool new block here, It is the top of the slab for sandstone, but it's on all 4 sides. So we get this new block out of it, and old people who used that in older builds can be happy now too. You can get a glimpse of the complicated scoreboard command there as I change it back to day. Now command blocks, if you name them now, they actually will show their name in the command that they give out. So this is my command block, Supreme Server Lord, and he is declaring that nobody shall get by it. So you can basically do adventure map themes where you have the command blocks actually have names like this, and it will be a lot cooler because it's not just going to say server said something. You can say whatever you want it to say. Now let's go over here because I want to show you cool stuff with the dispensers and droppers. These are new features here. Dispensers and droppers can now be put vertically and vertically in both directions. I was trying to think of what I would say for facing down, but yeah, they can face up and down as well as to the sides, and they will actually shoot in those directions if you had them, like so you can drop stuff. They only go about a half a block up when they shoot up with the dropper. You can see the unique texture here. The dispenser has a circle and the dropper has this rectangle here, but with the dispenser you can actually shoot arrows about 12 blocks up, which is pretty cool, and they will just shoot stuff down like normal if you do that. But yeah, this is another way that you can use dispensers now, and I set up this little thing here I can run through. If you put pressure plates above the dispensers and you have them shoot up, you can do some cool arrow traps I've got, so you could have like a crazy Indiana Jones style like dungeon here, and then you run through and it activates the light. But yeah, I had this all set up with arrows, but this is an insane amount of arrows. You might want to make this a little easier, but that's a cool trap. Maybe hide your stuff behind one of those. People might notice the pressure plates, but it could still be a cool trap. So yeah, launching arrows up is cool, but there's another feature of this with dispensers. There's a couple new ones actually. The first off, you can launch TNT from it and it will prime itself, which is pretty awesome. And as you can see, not too useful when you're shooting it sideways, but if you were to shoot it down, you could actually use this to mine. I could just do a few of these. It's probably going to launch that up because I did too many in a row. There we go. But yeah, if you wanted to like mine downward into the earth, it would be very easy just to set up a dispenser like this and just keep launching TNT down. So that's going to be pretty cool to shoot TNT down. And up, if you shot it up, it would just go up like half a block and then blow up the thing, so you don't want to do that. Some other features of the dispenser now: if you put a flint and steel in there, you can use it to actually activate a portal or light something on fire. The portal is probably the most useful method, and it will use up a bit of the durability of the lighter. Now another thing here, let me move some of my stuff out of this slot so you can see a little better. I have no armor on, but you can actually use dispensers to shoot armor now, and it will, bam, bam, put the armor on you automatically, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, now if you have like an equipment room, you got an emergency, like say you died and you need to put armor on quickly, you can just run through and like have this set up. I also have it set it up over here where I can run through. Oops, there we go. And I've got leather. You can have them like lined up like that. It's a little easier. You have to be in front of the dispenser when it shoots the armor for it to equip, and it only goes for about 2 high. Like if it was to shoot it from higher and fall onto you, it wouldn't equip it. You have to be like right in front of the dispenser as it does it. But it's pretty cool. It does not work on any of the mob heads. You'll see it just goes into my inventory, not on my face. So yeah, maybe they'll add that. But yeah, that's really cool because it's going to save a lot of time putting on armor from PvP games and, you know, all that type of stuff. Now over here, this is really cool and involves a gameplay mechanic change. Now bone meal has been changed quite a bit. If I put a tree over here, you'll see bone meal has a new effect when you use it on something, and it actually does not automatically work with 1. For trees you need 2 for it to work there, and it also kind of has like a range effect where if I was to put 2 trees here and then say I'll use the bone meal on this one, and then maybe I'll break this out of the way, the other one should probably grow here if there's room because the bone meal has affected the pine tree. I had that happen last time. But it kind of does, like if you were going to do grass, it has this kind of range here. So yeah, maybe that pine will grow in a sec. But anyway, so bone meal, you need 2 on trees. Even the big jungle trees, it's just 2. But also, if I was to go over here and plant some of this stuff, like carrots, potatoes and normal, wheat seeds. I can do a few here and show you. I've set up this. This is a very simple farm. You could probably do it a lot more complicated and better than this. But now that bone meal actually shoots out of dispensers, that's another feature here of dispensers, you can just walk along here and bam, use it on all your crops. Now, because of the way bone meal now works, it only does one stage of the crop per use. So you're going to need more bone meal for this. So I'll just walk back and forth a few times, but as you can see, they're all growing, and each dispenser is actually affecting a bigger area. It's hitting a couple, like 2 or so crops like around it. So you're going to be using, more bone meal overall, but it can affect a bigger area. So it's a little easier to do this. You're not using it on one crop each, but then you can set this up, and I got this dispenser to shoot out water, and you could set up a farm like this where it just takes all the stuff, it flows it down into this hopper, and you put it in the chest. You can make a better design than this, I'm sure. I just did this really quickly just to illustrate that bone meal can now be shot from a dispenser for farms, which is another awesome feature. Now, one thing I wanted to show over here, comparators, you can use them on jukeboxes now. You still can't put a record into a jukebox with a hopper. We're waiting on that, or a dispenser. Hopefully there'll be an easier way to do that in the future. But starting with 13, the first record, and ending with weight, each record will add 1 redstone signal length. Let's put on weight because 13 is not that good of a record in my opinion. It's kind of weird sound effects and stuff. So here we go. Yeah, weight has a 12 redstone signal that it can go. So now if you have a record in a jukebox, you can use a comparator to power stuff with it, and you can also use this for like traps and stuff and setting up secret doors that you have to play like a certain record to open your secret door, stuff like that. A couple bug fixes before we go. Achievements now carry over when you update or change your jar, which is awesome. We finally get to keep our achievements. Pigs over here, I can show you it's actually any animal that you breed will now, they're not actually as piggish anymore, or any of them aren't. Like if you keep clicking them with food, once they've bred, they will not consume the food. They only eat as much as they need to breed, and then they're done. So you won't waste your food like you normally would. Some other bug features here, or fixes here, boats and minecarts, when you break them in creative, they won't drop. And one last thing, armor enchantments on enemies used to not do anything except for thorns, but get ready because enemies are going to be harder. Their enchantments actually do work on their armor. That was something that didn't work for a little bit. So yeah, there's some other bug fixes and stuff, but that is the main gist of this week's Snapshot. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. I'll be back next week. I'm sure we're going to get more scoreboard updates and a bunch of other new stuff. Still working on 1.5. I bet we'll get it within a month or less, though. February is the target date. So thanks for watching, guys, once again, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.